Howdy do. Alright, we live. I'm gonna wait for some people to get on. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, because I'm doing this through my car, so I don't know. Is the mic working? We'll see. Somebody will let me know. Just kind of hey, it's working. What's up? Live. Hey, welcome to the channel. So I wanted to speak on healing today, because I have been going through immense healing. Ever since I got COVID, it's been a complete transformation. Every day I feel like I'm being faced with shadows of myself, of things that I've put off, things I've avoided, things that I've done to detriment my health or my body or my mind. And it's like I want to connect with my audience in a different way, because I feel like a lot of my content prior has been modeling and acting and very self-centered, and that's awesome. All that's cool. It's exciting. It's fun to play other characters. It's fun to be the chameleon and change myself and go into these roles and these mindsets, and I love the psychology of it, and it's all fun. It's a fun world to play in. But in acting, you don't always have jobs. That's just the facts of it. There is a time when people stop calling you. There's a time when agencies stop wanting to sign you. There's a time you get on the back burner, and when you don't have that validation, who are you? That is the lessons I'm learning right now, and it's rough. It is not easy, because I'm 32 in a couple of months. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys. I'm in the tunnel right now. This is awesome. I'm focused on the road though. But I'm 32 and almost 32. That's 1 billion seconds on this planet. What a fun fact, right? And that industry is not always going to be there for you. Those agencies are not going to always be there for you. If you drop off, if you're not trendy, sayonara. Hey, we got other people to sign. We got money to make. They'll pass on you real quick. And if you don't have a strong identity, that will rip up your soul. I'm telling you, that shit fucking hurts. And if you're not doing the work on yourself, when that crash landing happens, you will lose your identity. You will lose who you are. So through this self-work and the self-love that I've been teaching myself, it's who am I when nobody's watching? And that's what I want to create. And I know I'm going live and this is all about attention right now, but it's also sharing the beauty of the message, which is who are you when nobody's watching? What is the identity you want to create? How can you give to this world in a positive state? How can you create positive energy in your life that's so vibrant that you can share it with others? I recently did the Tony Robbins 5-day, he had a 5-day challenge or whatever. It was a conference, and it just was so invigorating. I know some people hate on Tony and they're whatever, oh, it's a scam, or he takes money. Dude, no, you guys got it all wrong. Tony is healing souls. He is giving so much life back to people, really believing in yourself again. It can't be understated. 1 second. Who are you when you believe in you? Who are you when you give yourself that positive energy in the morning? When you meditate, when you connect with your soul, when you fucking manifest. Like, everyone's like, manifesting's not real, law of attraction's bullshit. You know why? It's because you're blocking. And I know this because I'm blocking. I've blocked myself from successes. I've blocked myself from things I wanted. You say you want things, but are you in a loving state? Are you in a place of giving? Are you in a place of abundance? Are you in a place of just for yourself? You know, like, are you doing things just so you can win? Because I know I have. And guess what? I didn't end up fucking winning. Like, I would lose jobs. I would get this fucking close, like, to jobs. I would get this close to, like, the thing I wanted, and it'd be like, hey, sorry, we're gonna pass on you. And it'd be like, why is this happening? Like, why did my energy repel what I wanted most? Like, you guys, I've been in auditions where, like, I was like, I've been in a Giorgio Armani audition where, like, I'm literally in Giorgio Armani's mansion in Italy, in, like, this underground mansion where he has, like, a runway, and it was this exclusive audition where it was like, I had no business being there. Like, the dude across from me is the cover of Vogue. This guy's on Men's Health. That person's in a Prada campaign. Like, I was like, where did I just find myself? Like, this is crazy. And you know what happened? When I got that moment to walk in front of Giorgio Armani, I got uncomfortable. I got scared. I got stiff. I had to walk in front of him, and suddenly I became a robot. Because it was like fear. It was like, what if I'm not good enough? Like, who am I with all these people around me and all these successful people? Like, it's almost like an imposter syndrome where, like, you get to the thing you want and you repel it because you're not ready for it. Like, you're actually afraid of success. You're actually afraid to step into your purpose, into a loving state of being. So I repelled that shit, and I've done plenty of that in my life. And it's just interesting when you can actually get in a loving state and a state of purpose and a state of being and a state of godliness. You know, I'm not talking about religion. You know, it's great if you want to show up to church. It's great if that feeds you to have a certain God or a certain spirituality that feeds your soul. I'm all for it. But what is that state of being? Like, you are in a state of love. You're in a state of giving. You're in a state of community. Like, you want to know what Jesus really wanted to teach the world. That's what he wanted to teach. Real love. Real, unconditional love. Like without condition. Like, compassion for people. Like, y'all on Twitter and, like, yelling at people and fighting about this, whatever, and this and that, and political, and, like, yo, like, we gotta come back to love. Like, straight up. Community. Being across from somebody and saying, hey, I don't know what you believe. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you've experienced. I don't know your perspective. But I respect it. I respect you. I respect your perspective. I respect what you love. I might not agree with it, but it's okay. I'm here for it. I'm here to listen. Like, to me, that's what church is. Like, that's community. Like, we come together, and in a oneness, it's like you balance yourself with godliness, which is really just a connection with yourself. Godliness is the connection of soul, of self, of purpose. When you're in God's purpose, you're in your purpose. You have a path that is, it's like a straight line. If you know what you want and you have vision and you have things you put yourself towards, the path of godliness and the path of self is when you're in alignment. And when you're not showing up for yourself and you're fearful and you're scared, you put blocks. You stop going down a path. You start averting what you want. You start repelling. You start attracting negative influences. You start living other people's lives karmically. You take on their soul energy. You take on other people's manifestations, responsibilities. Ah, man. I hope you guys feel me on this. I only got one viewer, but I'm going to post this later because the message is real, guys. Like, I want to find alignment, and I want to have vision. I want to have very clear goals in my mind, because when I set out each day and I wake up, take my first breath, and I start juicing and doing meditation, like, it's not to look cool. It's not to, like, you know, project to all my followers like how spiritual I am. It's literally to connect to self. Like, it is literally to connect to the temple of being in you. To connect to the temple of I. I am. Jesus said I am. Because you are the power. You are the connectivity. Yay, merging. This is interesting, doing this like driving. I'm focused on the road, but you guys are getting like a subconscious stream of thought, which I love. Like, I'm all for it. That's awesome. Sorry if I'm missing any comments or anything. I'm just not, I can't check them while I'm driving. But when you wake up in the morning, what are your habits? Do you grab your phone? Do you check the news? Do you look on Twitter? Do you check your email? Like, hey, I'm not saying you got to be in a bubble, but for God's sake, like, for the first hour of your day, do not connect with the world. All this, we're in an information era. That information will destroy you. It will eat at your soul. We're not meant to absorb all this energy all the time. Like, what's happening in Africa? Oh my God, what's happening in Iraq and Canada and all these things? And oh my God, what am I going to do to change it? And I'm feeling anxiety, and I'm feeling depression, and I'm feeling, you know why? Is because you're not energetically meant to take on all of that business. Yes, be an advocate of change. Be a soldier of hope and positivity, and be aware. But at 6, 7, 8 in the morning, when you're checking your Twitter feed and yelling at people, that's not an advocate for change. Like, you're fueling the monster of negativity and destruction. It's not a way to communicate. It's just not. So with that first hour of your day, what do you do with it? I highly recommend you read. Choose a book that's spiritually fulfilling you, that's giving you a connection to yourself. Take time to meditate. A lot of people don't know how to meditate. A lot of people don't know how to sit with themselves. Just be. You always got to be somewhere. Why not be with you? Why not be with yourself? Like, just be in silence. Just be. It sounds so hippy-dippy, but man, there is fucking power from it. A lot of you have been seeing my poetry. You guys see my spoken word. Do you know where that comes from? It comes from a deep sense of being. I meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I really sit with myself, and I sit with my inner voice, and I say, what do I want to say today? Who do I want to be today? What is my identity? How do I want to show up for myself? How do I want to show up for others? What is the message? And as soon as I'm done meditating, oh boy, man, that it starts flowing out of me, almost like a voice speaking through me. I will literally hear the words come out of my pen. What is that? I think it's a connection to your higher self. higher being. It's truth. It's purity. Yeah. This is awesome, man. I love doing these lives. Where's the timestamp? They don't even tell you how long you're going. I don't know. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to post this on my Instagram. I hope you're connecting to the message. Probably going to post this on my YouTube because I'm trying to get my YouTube going, like full force. Posting every couple of days, like no excuses, you know, because I got shit to say. My voice is alive. My spirit is alive. I feel connected to source. I feel connected to energy. I feel ready to say something. And like, you know, what's interesting is like my buddy, you know, one of my close friends said, stay away from social media. You know, it was like, stay away until you know what you want to say. Stay away until you're ready to voice, till you're ready to say like something, right? And like, I haven't felt ready to say something. I kind of have these little blips, right? Of like, oh, I feel this, I'm going to say that. But then I won't post for a couple weeks because I feel insecure. Like, did people like it? Did it get enough views? Fuck all that. Like, honestly, like, come to a spiritual place and this shit will pour out of you. I mean, look at this little rant 10 minutes into it, or however long this has been. But it comes from a deep voice of I am. Comes from a voice of confidence. Comes from a voice of godliness, which is ultimately a connection to yourself. Man, I send so much love out to the world. I really do. I send love out to anybody I've met. I sent love out to the people, my family. I just out to the world, man. Like, we really need connection. We really need community during times like this. Like, you know, if you're feeling isolated, you're feeling trapped at home, like, I recommend you get out. You know, I know everyone's scared to get COVID and fear, but like, I'm telling you, like, I isolated. I was like, fucking not even touching doorknobs, hand sanitizer, working out outside, like doing everything I possibly could to avoid the fucking COVID. Avoid it. Don't get it. Don't get sick. Fear. And you know what fucking happened? I fucking got that shit. Literally, like, worst symptoms ever. Like, I thought I was gonna die. And all I was trying to do was avoid. All I was doing was fearing. All I was doing was, like, hoping and praying I wouldn't... Not even praying, though. Like, just, like, unawareness. Unconscious fear of, like, getting sick. I fucking got it. You know what I learned on the other side is, like, strength. Like, I am stronger now because of it. I got through it. I healed. I survived COVID. Like, fuck that virus, you know? That virus is part of me. It's in my DNA now. It's part of who I am. And I'm becoming stronger because of it. And you will too. So when I say you're feeling isolated, you're not feeling well, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, like, you need community. I need community. Like, I'm not a religious person, but one thing I do love about church and something I will say about organized religion that I do respect is, like, man, do they have a sense of community, you know? Like, showing up weekly for each other, showing up to love each other, showing up and saying, like, hey, I respect you. The good churches anyways, you know? Like, hey, I love you. Hey, I send you help. Hey, what do you need? Are you going through a hard time? Like, if church is good for anything, it's good for fucking community. You know what I mean? Like, people need community. It's so important. So in these times of COVID and all that, like, that's what we need to do, is connect. And, like, you know, find those people, find the love, find the energy of people that are going to support you. That's what I'm doing. It's fucking transforming my life. And I'm all about all the religions, so let's fucking come together, because this separation bullshit, you think Jesus wanted that? You think Buddha wanted separation? You think all these gurus throughout the lands wanted fucking separation? Come on, you guys. It's love. One love. Bob Marley. It is all about unity. It's all about coming together to fight the forces of evil and restriction and damnation. We got to be here for each other. You feel me on that? If you feel me, say amen. I don't care if you're religious. Amen is an acknowledgement to source. Amen is an acknowledgement to humanity and loving energy. We come together, right? So I send my blessings out to the world. I'm almost to my location, so I gotta go. Rant be done, rant be over. This has been awesome, man. I fucking love this. Anyways, love, light, energy, happiness, and peace.